I mean, we just want to make sure he knows that we're there for him, and we'll do whatever we can to help him through the process. At the end of the day, it's bigger than basketball. You know what I mean? There's the human spirit and emotions involved. So we just want to make sure that he knows anything he needs, we've got his back, and we're here to support him.
How does that, how does that sort of shift rotations, lineups moving forward? How you use it? Like Isaac comes back. I guess I know it's obviously how does that kind of shift all that moving forward?
I mean, it obviously will change who we start, and then the game will dictate who we finish with. I think that's what we've been able to do is depending on need and who's playing well, we've been able to finish games with different lineups. And that's what's most important is how we finish.
How big of a loss is it though?
I mean, it's huge. I mean, I think obviously the threat that he is, games come down to getting a bucket, you know what I mean? And a lot of teams switch and you got to be able to beat your man. And Collin is one of our guys who can beat his man. And force teams that, have to make different decisions on, how they want to play their coverages and things like that. So, the competitive nature that he plays with, how hard he competes and, all those things, we're going to miss him for sure.
With Jay being the Eastern Conference Player of the Week, I don't know if I ever would have asked you this question about Jay, but here we are. Like, what does it say about his growth and development that, with all the best players in the Eastern Conference?
It says a lot about, his work ethic and his commitment and what's there. I think what you watch and see is like all he's trying to do is be the best version of himself. You don't see him out there, shooting step back threes and, doing all types of crazy stuff. Like he's playing to his strengths and he's developed that, right, and gotten better at it. His teammates recognize it and help him get in position to be successful. Like big guys' jobs are hard. You know what I mean? Like they don't get the ball and get to dribble it up the floor and, shake and bake. Like they need somebody to deliver on the ball. But the guys that are delivering have to trust that you're going to be effective with it. So he's earned that trust from the guys. And it's, we recognize, the offensive numbers, but he's been a beast defensively as well. And our conversation with the guys was, yes, this was individual success and acknowledgement, but truthfully, it only comes from team success. If he does the same thing and we go 0-4 for the week, nobody recognizes him, right? So what we have to continue to do is understand what the big picture is. And all of us, how do we impact winning? Like that's what people respect in this league. And that's the respect we're trying to earn.
Has his development offensively surprised you?
You know what? I think his aggressiveness has changed. But like when he got here, one of the first things we noticed is how good his feet were. Like he catches the ball in the paint and he never travels. He didn't, you know what I mean? Like he was always on balance and then he makes layups. And it seems crazy to say that, but like when you have a big guy who has good feet and the ability to finish and make layups, like, you can start to work and grow. And then once he starts to believe and has that confidence, now he's more aggressive, more attack minded, and making those things happen more often.
When it comes to Collin, you already mentioned that you're going to miss the rim pressure and stuff, but you obviously can't replace one player with another. So collectively as a team, how do you replicate his production that he's brought, especially since he bought in so much this year?
Well, I think everybody's just got to tick up a couple notches. We're not going to expect one person to go get Collin 16 a night, right? So, those guys that are stepping in and their minutes are going to increase, they've got to find ways to help, whether they create shots for other people, whether it's the shots for them, on the defensive end of the floor, they take those challenges. So it's going to be everybody that's got to contribute a little bit more. The guys that are taking those minutes and then the guys who are playing as well. They're going to have to find a way to help us more as well.
Does it help that Jarret has stepped up scoring-wise anyway? This happening now?
Yeah, and I guess, that is one of the things that changes, obviously, is people's usage rate, right? So now Darius's usage rate will be a little bit higher, and it'll give him an opportunity, to facilitate more and take more shots.
Earlier before Isaac was seeing him living it, find this. Will this kind of give you that opportunity to see, like, maybe to see what that looks like more?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, again, we still believe that's Isaac's strongest position is at the 2. So this gives him an opportunity to get minutes there and see, again, in positions of strength, what he can do.
And closing the ring, keep going center, what do you see like just for an extent, I guess, period,
Right.
what those two, how they balance each other out, I guess, using everything.
But they're dynamic, and the defense has to make some tough decisions. Like Ricky obviously can start your offense, and Darius can be used as a secondary finisher. And now, you got to worry about Ricky in the pick and roll. So now the weak side is concerned. Then Darius is able to come off some actions, and now, with his ability to catch and shoot and play make, now it's you've got to guard both sides of the floor and be aware of that. And then what tends to happen is you stop worrying about the strong side and you stay attached to the weak side, and now you make those plays. So I think they work well together, and they put a ton of pressure on defenses.
I think Jetty'd be really productive in the minutes that he's had. But have you seen the comfortability in Dylan? He's been back, especially since he's kind of been yanked in and out with injuries and all that.
Yeah, I think he's finding his way, and the only way that happens, in the league is by playing. You have to believe and have the confidence, but you've got to get the experience and being on the floor and playing against other NBA players and playing with your teammates so that they know where you're going to be and what spots you like and all those things. So, the more and more he plays, the more comfortable he'll get.
So whether it's Ricky or Darius or Isaac, have there been any conversations with them maybe in the last couple of days since Collin went down? I know you said like nobody can pick up that, but like don't be over aggressive. Don't get out of like who you are because they're more facilitators and Collin's more scorers.
Right. I don't think necessarily it's a conversation that needs to be had. What I think is our guys are bought into figuring out how to help us win, and the game will dictate that. I don't expect any of those guys to come out pressing. I don't expect them to come out hunting. I expect them to play the game, as competitively as we've been and play to win. And then, whatever's needed in the game, whatever the defense gives us, they'll be able to take it.